Hello, good morning mga Bisadya. This is once again your friend. My name is Eric Aniga and I would like to welcome you all to my channel, ang Bisadya. Actually, murag dugay-dugay ko ning mata karong buntaga. Today is February 25 and so the Philippines is actually commemorating the EDSA People Power. And so it is declared holiday. And I have the luxury to stay longer in my bed. Muna karon pa ko ning bangon. And of course, magkapi-kapi na punta to enjoy the morning with a cup of coffee, of course, with your company. And if in case this is your first time to watch my video, welcome to my channel. This is ang Bisadya Frederick Aniga. I am from Southern Leyte. Purong Bisadya. Ajaw-ajaw, unja. And of course, I would like to encourage you to share and like my video and of course, subscribe my channel, ang Bisadya. As I mentioned earlier, the Philippines is commemorating and celebrating the EDSA People Power Revolution, which happened more than 30 years ago. I was still in my third year high school when that revolution happened, and for me it is very meaningful and memorable. As you see, during that time, there was this snap presidential election where the president was then Ferdinand Marcos. All this political turmoil started with the assassination of the former Senator Benigno Aquino Jr. It was then that people started to move and become more aware and engaged in political activities in the country. And so finally, in order to put things in order, President Marcos called for a snap election wherein former President Corazon Aquino vied for the presidency. So with that, the National Movement for Free Election or NAMFREL was also organized, and I am very happy that I was one of the volunteers with my young age wherein I could not still exercise my right to vote, but I was actively involved in NAMFREL. I was assigned in one of the voting precincts or voting centers in our place in order to make sure that clean, honest, and peaceful election could be carried out. So that was my involvement during that time. That is why the EDSA People Power Revolution was very meaningful to me. What led to that revolution? It was because of the many reports coming from the different places of the country about violations and rigging of the elections so that the result was not acceptable and it has no integrity. So there were reports about massive vote buying, using of goons and guns, threatening people, that made the credibility of the elections questionable. And so these events led to the EDSA People Power Revolution. What makes EDSA People Power Revolution meaningful? Because it was first in the entire world that a bloodless revolution happened. People from all walks of life, from the richest to the poorest, gathered in EDSA in order to protect the military, the police and the military who decided to withdraw their loyalty and allegiance to President Marcos and, oh my God, I am becoming emotional, and they decided to side with the people. They were led by the former President Fidel V. Ramos and the Secretary of Defense, Enrile, Secretary Enrile, and they moved together and decided to defend the people. It was then that President Marcos became powerless because majority of the military sided with the people. Only a few of them, particularly General Ver, who stood side by side with President Marcos. And so, the culmination of the EDSA People Power revolution was when the Marcoses decided to leave the country and fled to Hawaii. It was a great moment for the Filipino people because with the unified force of all the Filipinos, we were able to change our government and we were given the chance to build our country once again. Well, many years have passed and many governments have taken over with the governance of our country. There are many challenges. There are ups and downs. Nevertheless, I still believe, fervently believe, that if people will just be united, if people will have this one spirit and have faith in God, then we can move a mountain. Who could imagine that the Filipino people could remove a president who had been sitting in the office for more than 20 years? Who would expect that people from all walks of life would gather as one body, as one organization, and fight the government? They faced tanks, they faced military with full gear, only bringing with them rosary, prayers, religious statues, and their faith in God. Faith in God and unity indeed can make miracles. And so I would like to once again congratulate the Filipino people. I am very proud that I am a Filipino, and I am very proud that I was able to witness the EDSA People Power Revolution. It is one of the most important moments of my life in which I cannot forget and in which the spirit of EDSA is always burning in my heart. Despite the present situation, still I have deep faith in the Filipino. We can make it. And in fact, that made me proud because the Philippines became the symbol of freedom for other countries. In fact, after the EDSA People Power Revolution, other countries followed suit. Germany, China, and other countries. Because they were inspired by the Philippines, by the Filipino people. I am praying fervently that despite the challenges that Philippines is facing today, we still have the young Filipinos who are the future of the country, who can be good leaders, who could bring and lead the country to advancement. I have so much hope for the Philippines, and I'm happy and I'm very proud that I am a Filipino. And I'm thanking God that He allowed me to be born as a Filipino. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, mabuhay ang EDSA People Power Revolution. And again, before I leave, because I will have to enjoy the holiday with my friends, so before I leave, again, I would like to remind everyone, though today is a holiday, but we should always maintain and do the reminders given to us by the WHO and the DOH pertaining to how we can prevent the spreading of COVID-19. Again, when we get out of our houses today in order to celebrate, let us always wear our face mask and keep distant with other people. Physical distancing is important, maintaining at least 1 meter away. So we are celebrating with other friends. So while we are celebrating with friends, we keep our distance. And of course, constant washing of hands. Let us always put this into practice so that COVID-19 will not spread and will not contaminate, especially the old and the little ones. Daghang salamat sa pagtanaw and good luck for your celebration. Happy anniversary Philippines. Happy anniversary Filipino people. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.